Hey YouTube, it's Kiara. Welcome to my channel, y'all. And this is my very first voiceover, so just bear with me. But what we're doing today is we're doing a wig install on me for my birthday. Whoop whoop. But what I'm doing right now is I'm taking that powder foundation and I'm applying it to my cap just to take away that tan color, just to get the cap as close to my skin tone as it possibly can. Now I'm using a powder foundation. You can use a regular foundation. It just depends on what you prefer to hide that tan color. Okay, y'all, so what I'm doing right now is I'm taking my hair out of the bag just to show y'all. The hair I'm using today is elephant hair. This was my first time using their hair to dye anything, and I actually really like it. I'm taking my powder foundation again, and just like the ball cap, I'm applying the powder foundation to the inside of the closure, and I'm doing that for especially if I'm going to add parts in my hair. I want to make sure that the parts are as close to my skin tone as they possibly can be, so that way they're not too white. Alright, so after that, I'm now taking the Got To Be Glued spray, and I'm spraying down the ball cap so that way it, lays down underneath the wig, so that way I don't have to, harm my edges or anything like that when I'm applying the glue to lay down and melt the wig. Everything will look seamless under the wig, and it'll protect my hair and my edges from the glue underneath the wig. Okay, I'm dead. But right here, I thought that I had left my scissors and my razor to cut off this excess band, but I actually found my razor, which was a good thing. So that's what that was. That was a little bit of a meltdown right there. But yeah, I'm just taking my razor right now and I'm cutting off the excess band. And it's clear that I did not spray enough of the Gotta Be Glue to lay down the wig cap, because you can clearly tell it's rising up now. But I'm just gonna spray some more, lay it down so that way it holds. Also, I could have cut off the excess cap where I didn't have the powder foundation, but I didn't sew down the cap where the powder foundation is. So I just left all of it there. But normally when you're doing like a closure wig, if you want, you can sew down that where your powder foundation is. You can sew that area down just so that way you can just apply the closure piece there. But I didn't, because like I said, I didn't sew it down and it was gonna rise up and stuff, so it wouldn't make no sense. Okay, so right here what I'm doing, I'm just basically taking that Gotta Be Glue and stuff and tweaking everything that needed to be laid down some more. But now I'm taking my razor and I'm cutting off the excess cap that needed to be, cut off and stuff like that. After that, I'm gonna basically just cut the back pieces off and clean it up with some water. You can use alcohol. I didn't have any, so I just used water. Since it's Gotta Be Glue, it came up real easy. Okay, so now that I have my ball cap laid down correctly and stuff like that, I'm just going to take my wig now and I'm applying it to my hair, putting it on and stuff like that. What I'm doing right now, though, while my hands are in the back, I am taking the clips of the wig that I sewn in, and I'm just sticking them in so that way the wig doesn't, slide around and move and stuff like that. I'm just taking the combs and pushing them up into my braids. Okay, so now that my wig is on, what I'm going to do now is we're going to take the Gotta Be Freeze Blast again, and we're going to now blow dry it and apply the lace. So I'm just taking the blow dryer. I know some people put the setting on cool, but I don't mind the heat because I feel like it dries faster. So I'm just taking the heat of the blow dryer and I'm applying it. Well, I'm using that to lay down the Gots to Be glue. And I think I did 2 or 3 layers of it and then lay down my closure lace on top of that and then continue to blow dry it down so it gets tacky enough to stick. So now I'm going in with my razor once again, and I'm gonna take the razor and I'm gonna go zigzag motion. And the reason I'm cutting the excess lace like that is because if you pay attention to your natural hairline is not just straight across. So when you zigzag the lace of the wig, that it makes that hairline part of the wig look more natural to match your actual hairline. What I'm doing right now is I just sprayed a little bit of the freeze blast again to lay down any parts that needed to be laid down some more that was kind of lifting up. Okay, so the 2 patches that are at the front of the closure piece, I did later on fix those with my powder, my makeup powder, but I didn't put it in the video. But when you watch the 2 clips I inserted from my birthday in this video just to show y'all the hair, those 2 patches will be just fine, and they will be covered up from the makeup and stuff that I kind of like put on there to tweak it. So yeah. Okay, so right here, I took a tissue and just wet it with some water to clean up the excess glue that was on my forehead. But actually, you can go in with alcohol and use that to clean it up. I just didn't have any, so I didn't use it to clean it up. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm taking that wax stick and I'm basically using that to lay down the flyaways on the hair. If you don't have a wax stick, you can use foam. I personally like the wax stick now that I've, been hip to it, but I like to use the wax stick. And also, you can use a hot comb that'll make it much easier to lay it down. I had mine, I just was rushing, so I didn't plug it up. But the back of the wand curler was actually good. It laid it down pretty well. Also what I'm doing right now is I'm going to take my foam now and I'm just going to apply some and run it through the hair just so it'll be kind of brittly if that makes sense for when I start the wand curling process. So right now what I'm doing, I'm just basically going to take that wand curl and I'm going to show y'all an example of how I wand curl my hair. Basically I'm just going to take the wand curl, I'm going to put it underneath the hair and I'm going to wrap the hair on top of it. I don't want to put the wand curl on top of the hair and then wrap it because it's going to give you a bump in your hair and that's not what I wanted. So I put it underneath so that I can wrap the curl on top. So now that I'm done with that piece, I'm going to do the rest off camera and then come back when I have just that one side finished. Okay, so now that I have this side curled, I'm basically showing you this side curled, that side straight. I'm gonna go in and finish curling this side on camera just to give y'all more examples if anybody may have needed to see how to really curl and wand curl your hair. At the end, when I'm done curling my hair, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna comb out the curls just because I don't like the tight curl look. I want it to be more big and wavy like. So I'm gonna just pull out the curls at the ends when I'm finished curling it all. Okay, so right here when I'm curling the hair, I'm basically gonna, like curl it, and then at the end when you see me take the wand curl off of the rod and I'm holding it, I'm basically holding the curl just to trap the heat in, so that way when I'm done and I'm taking it down, it doesn't drop the curl immediately because you held some of the heat in there for a little bit. Also, now you're supposed to use clips when you're trying to move the hair out of the way to section and curl one piece, but I didn't have no clips, so I just used what I had, and I had my mouth to hold the pieces of the hair. So it's okay, baby. If you're a little ghetto, it's okay. Just use what you have. Okay, so for this back piece right here, it's a little bit harder for me to curl back pieces just because I really can't see back there. So I was getting all types of frustrated with it, so I just stopped doing it. And I called for my mama to do it because she could see back there and I can't see back there. So it'll be easy for her to do it. So yeah, she's gonna come and she's just gonna, curl that little piece back there just so I don't have to worry about that. But so as she's curling the hair, she's basically back here telling me that I should have been curled my hair because, like I said, I was rushing. This was a day of the party and stuff like that. And I was like, girl, I'm going to be fine. I just got this one little piece right here. I'm going to be okay. It's going to get done and I'm going to be dressed. She was like, you should have did this last night because you're on the crunch time right now. Okay, so we are now at the last section of the hair, and with this little section right here, I'm basically going to continue to curl it the same way that I've curled the hair all around, which is taking the barrel curl and putting it the wand curl and putting it under the hair, and then wrapping the hair on top of it. I'm going to do it that way because I like the way that front piece is going to frame and shape the front of my face instead of curling it to the back. So now what I'm doing, I'm just taking that wax stick one more time to lay down those flyaways just in case they may have moved throughout me curling my hair. I forgot to insert a video of me pulling the curls out for you guys to show you how it looks once it's all curled. So I inserted 2 videos of how the hair looks once I'm dressed up and stuff like that. But we have now made it to the end of the video, you guys, and I appreciate y'all for watching and staying tuned. If you got to the end of this video, just drop a heart in the comments. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, and turn on your post notifications. Bye. Crazy curvy wavy big titties, little waist body. Crazy curvy wavy big titties, little waist body. Yada 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 yada.